When I graduated rabbinic school this past May, Rabbi Axelrod teased me. What are you going to do with all of your free time now? You're going to be so bored. I'm like, are you bored? Well, a few weeks ago, I texted him, and I said, so, when does the boring part start? He replied, yeah, it's harder to be a rabbi today. He wasn't wrong. But the truth is, I didn't become a rabbi because I wanted an easy or quiet life. I became a rabbi because I wanted to stand with you, my people, in our most sacred moments, and wrestle with the questions that matter, to help illuminate the path when it feels dark for all of us. And that's why on this Rosh Hashanah morning, I wanted to share with you the theme that will guide this congregation and be woven throughout all of our programming in 5786. Yehi Or, let there be light. The very first words that God spoke in the Torah are not rules, not covenant, not even blessing. The very first words are possibility. Vayomer Elohim Yehi Or, Vayechi Or. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. It's the foundation of everything that follows. Light before life, light before order, light before creation itself. This year, we will keep returning to those words because our world feels heavy, shadowed, uncertain. But Torah begins with light, and so must we. The rabbis of old asked, what was this first light? After all, the sun, moon, and stars weren't created until the fourth day. So what was the light of day one? One midrash from Genesis Rabbah answers, it was an eternal hidden light, or haganuz. Not sunlight, not firelight, but a light of the soul, a light of clarity, of truth, of divine presence. God saw that it was too powerful for ordinary human use, so God hid it away for the righteous in the world to come. But the mystics asked, if it was hidden, where? Where is that light now? Some said, in Torah itself, so that when the world feels dark, we can turn back to God's words and be illuminated. Others taught the light is hidden in righteous deeds, in every act of kindness, in every time a person chooses compassion over cruelty. This is why the menorah became one of Judaism's central symbols, the oldest symbol. It was the symbol in the temple. And on Hanukkah, the Chanukiah, serves as a symbol for us in synagogues today. The menorah is 7 flames that echo the 7 days of creation, reminding us that even in exile, even in desecration, light endures. Hanukkah, too, is a reenactment of Yehi Or. When there wasn't enough oil, when despair could have won, the people of Israel chose to kindle anyway. And the miracle was that the light lasted. Think about Jewish history, from pogroms to the Shoah, from exile to October 7th. Every attempt to extinguish us has failed. Not because the shadows weren't real, but because the Jews kept lighting candles, kept telling stories, kept singing songs, kept building communities. So when the rabbis say the Or Haganuz is hidden, I think they mean it's hidden in us, in our courage, in our stubborn hope, in our refusal to let the darkness win. Yehi Or was not just the first moment of creation. It is the command that reverberates through every generation. Be light, bring light, reveal the light that is already there, that is already here. And we need that light because the shadows are real. I told my confirmation class recently, when I was your age, being Jewish made me a minority, but I never worried about choosing friends carefully or watching my back for anti-Semitism. My Jewish pride, my love of Israel, my sense of self were never called into question. Today, I'm pleading with our teens to stand tall in the face of anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism, to shine their light proudly, while also preparing them for difficult conversations. Already this fall, I heard about a freshman in college whose new roommate plastered the wall with anti-Israel slogans. Another questioned if it was a pro or a con to wear her Jewish star necklace during sorority rush. The fact that this is even a question breaks my heart, and probably yours too. And yet, I don't want this sermon to dwell on what's going wrong. A High Holy Day sermon can't fix the world, but it can push against despair. It can remind us to look for the sparks. So this morning, instead of counting what's failing, I want to look for what's going right. Where is the light already breaking through? First, people are still choosing Judaism. Unlike many religions, Jews don't proselytize. If you want to become Jewish, we'll walk with you, but we won't come knocking. Which means if someone chooses this path, they've done real searching of the heart. And people are choosing, even since October 7th, maybe especially since October 7th. I've seen it. Interfaith partners stepping into Judaism with courage, individuals unattached showing up saying, "This is my spiritual home, this is my light." One person said to me, "I want my children to see that I stand with them, that they're not alone, that they are proudly Jewish, and we are proudly Jewish together." Every conversation, every step closer to Jewish life is another flame added to the menorah of Jewish existence. That's what's going right. Also, interfaith families are doorways to our future. There was a time when interfaith marriage was spoken of only in tones of decline, as if it dimmed our flame. I even heard once someone who is a colleague, interfaith marriage is doing the work that Hitler couldn't complete. I push back. Look around this room. Our community is about 60% interfaith. And those families are not running away. They are choosing to be here, to weave Judaism into their homes. Sometimes a non-Jewish partner even chooses Judaism for themselves. Yes, interfaith marriage has challenges. It can raise questions of identity and belonging, but it can also be a doorway, an opening where the light streams in. When a non-Jewish partner comes to us with curiosity or even the desire to become Jewish, our role is not to close the door. Our role is to open it wide. That's what's going right. Third, Judaism is a safe space to be yourself. Progressive Judaism has become one of the safest spiritual homes for people of every background and identity. We proclaim that every person is created b'tselem Elohim, in the image of God, which means that every person carries a spark of divine light. Recently, I sat with someone who felt invisible, unwelcome in Jewish life. For years, they stayed away, convinced that there was no place for them. But when they came here, they discovered something different. Here, they weren't just accepted, they were embraced. Here, their authentic self was seen as holy. That is Judaism at its best. That is light. That is going right. Fourth, the more anti-Semitism we face, the more passionate we become to do Jewish. Even with all the polarization around Israel, I see something unexpected. Jews who were once disconnected are being pulled back. A friend of mine grew up Jewish, but synagogue life never resonated. Then October 7th happened, and something shifted in her. She began to speak out, showing up in Jewish spaces. She even started posting an F Your Anti-Semitism Friday post on Instagram. It was a picture of a very cute dog doing something Jewish. One night, in the year following October 7th, we went to a Matisyahu concert. Other shows had been canceled after protests, but in Las Vegas, the venue declared the show must go on. This same friend and I attended together, and her non-Jewish friend made Am Yisrael Chai shirts for all of us. It was a moment of pride, of resilience, of shining light into darkness. And yet, there was a cost. That same friend who made us the shirts is a swim instructor. Over a year after the concert, a parent of one of her swim students saw her concert photo on Instagram. Just a picture of friends having fun at a concert, wearing Matisyahu and Am Yisrael Chai shirts, and they pulled their child from swim lessons. Again, because of a picture. Because she stood visibly with the Jewish people. And someone was so angry that she liked a Jewish musician and wanted Jewish people to live, they deemed her unfit to teach their child to swim. Let that sink in. And that's the paradox of the moment. The pride that strengthens us can make us vulnerable. And yet, Eli Wiesel taught us the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. It would have been easy enough for this non-Jewish friend to stay quiet. She could have dimmed her light, but she chose to shine brighter and outwardly be an ally for our people. And I would say that's something that's going right. So what do we do with all of this? How do we lean more fully into what's going right? Judaism has never asked us to ignore the pain of the world. Our liturgy makes space for lament and grief. Unatana Tokef doesn't sugarcoat reality. We cry out, who shall live and who shall die? But Judaism insists that we don't stop there. Tears were not meant to paralyze us. They are meant to fuel us. When anti-Semitism rises, we become a beacon of light for our people. When shame tries to silence us, we sing louder. When the world feels fragile, we gather closer. We give more. We love harder. The Midrash about the hidden light teaches us God placed a secret reservoir of light in the world. Maybe it's in Torah. Maybe it's in each of us. But the task is the same, to reveal it and to let it shine. This is the Jewish story. We stumble, and then we return. We grieve, and then we give. We lament, and then we build again, always returning to light. So, my friends, the world is heavy. But what's going right? People are still choosing Judaism. Interfaith families are weaving Judaism into their homes. Our community is a safe, affirming space for every identity. Jews are standing tall, shining even in hard times. And we are turning resilience into action, building, giving, repairing. These are not statistics to lament. These are sparks to kindle. And as we enter this new year, may we lean into what's going right. May we open our doors wider, strengthen our pride and resilience, and return to the joy of being Jewish together by doing Jewish more often. From the very first chapter of Torah, we learn, Yehi Or, let there be light. And there was light, and there still is. And so this morning, I want to give you a small gift. Hopefully you received it on your way in a little red heart bag, a Star of David. Why a star? Because stars don't erase the night. They don't chase away the darkness. They shine through it. A star is a reminder that even in the deepest night sky, light endures. And when you can't see the sun, you can still see the stars. The Magen David has always been our people's symbol of resilience. It was once stitched on us as a badge of shame, but we continue to transform it into a banner of pride. It waves boldly on the flag of Israel. It hangs around our necks. It marks our homes. It says, we are still here and we are still shining. My hope is that when you leave today, you place the star in your pocket or your purse, or you hang it on a chain around your neck or on your wrist, that it is more than a token. You carry it as a reminder that when the world feels eclipsed by the shadows, you can hold this star in your hand and remember that you are light. And together, we glow brighter than we ever could alone. So may this 5786 be a year of courage, of healing, of wholeness, shalom. A year where each of us chooses light and carries forward the enduring truth of our people, Yehi Or, let there be light.